Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome to What's Up Vlog episode 123. Back to racing today, back to the league races after a 2-week break. 2 weeks which perfectly coincided with me feeling absolutely rotten, not being well, and also needing to build up my bike, so it was well timed from that perspective. Before we crack on with that, ta-da! What do you reckon? New kits arrived. Oh, I know I posted photos up, but I'll give you the full 360 in all its glory. I love it, I've got to say. I know I designed it, so it's a slightly biased opinion, but you're never quite sure how it's going to turn out until it drops through your door, and I am absolutely chuffed to bits with it. They got the colours absolutely spot on eventually after a fair bit of toing and froing. They have all gone out now, so every one of you lovely, lucky people that managed to order one, they've all been shipped, should be dropping through your letterboxes any second now. Some of you I think have already got yours today, so obviously it's mainly the overseas guys that might have to wait a few more days, but fingers crossed before Christmas. I've done what I can to get them there, short of getting a private jet and or helicopter and dropping them off individually. I've tried what I can within my means to get them delivered as quickly as I can for you. So fingers crossed you get them before Christmas. Yeah, there we go. I'm really excited to race in it. It's not going to feel any different. I'm used to it. This is exactly the same. What I'm wearing now is the World Tour jersey from Endura. So it's exactly the same kit and spec as the previous Love Velo kit. So it won't feel any different to me. But just excited to put these colours on nonetheless. So anyway, there we go. Right, so the race tonight, stage 8 of the league, is the Rich TT. As the name suggests in a couple of ways, Rich meaning Richmond, TT, it's a time trial, so time trial bikes only please. And it's possibly, the name was probably lost on anyone outside of the UK. I don't know whether you get Rich Tea biscuits, whether that's just a British thing, I'm not sure, but anyway. A Rich Tea biscuit was the reason for the name Rich TT. Not my most creative and imaginative name, I don't think, but there we go. What the Rich TT is though, is 2 laps of the full Richmond UCI Worlds course, which do you know what, because it's never on the calendar, every time I come back on here now, I actually really like it. It seems to be the least popular course with Zwifters, but I really like it, and in actual fact, for racing, I think it's fantastic. It's got everything. It's got some, I mean, on this we're on TT bikes, so there's no chance for drafting, but you've got nice flat sections where you can form a nice fast group. Couple of kicker hills, or well, actually quite a severe one, and then a little kicker, and then a long drag of a climb all the way to the finish line. But I think it's a really good mix of fast, flat, and hilly. So I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, it's 2 laps of that. Team strategy or the sort of need to jump on a wheel is completely negated by the fact we're all racing TT bikes. So this really is every man or woman for themselves, and it's just you against the clock basically. We will be able to see each other on course, but we won't be able to influence each other's performances, so should be exciting. My pattern, as mentioned in previous videos, seems very much to go crap race, not so crap race, crap race, not so crap race. My last race was absolutely abysmal, so albeit it was quite a big one, if you remember rightly, where I managed to throw away a 5-minute lead in the space of about like 50 feet, it seemed. So I'm due a good one. I'm well rested. I've literally not turned a pedal. I don't think I have. No, because I had to bail on my own 2-for-1 ride last week, so I've just not turned a pedal since that race. So it's been a full couple of weeks of no cycling for me, which may be a good thing, maybe not. Obviously being ill isn't going to help, but I'm of the mind that I'm feeling all rested up. So if I can do a decent enough warm-up to get myself prepared for this, then I fancy my chances for a few points today. So those, remember that phrase, they will be my famous last words for this vlog, I'm sure, but I'm feeling pretty confident. So that leaves me nothing else to do but actually get on the bike and put my money where my mouth is. And I'll start spinning my legs up, usual warm-up, and I will catch you on the start pin. Right, we have a minute and a half to go. We have
30 riders on the pen at the moment, and nearly everyone has got a TT bike. But there's one there that I can't get a message across to, that's on a white race bike. And I've been desperately trying to get the message over that he needs to switch to a TT bike, or I won't be able to include his time in the race. I really hope it's not a league racer, because it would be terrible to have to disqualify anyone. But really good turnout. Thanks everybody for joining this one after having a bit of a break from the league. All the usual suspects, the very strong fields in all categories, particularly the B's and C's, which seems to be the norm. Ringvis are winding me up, obviously after my last performance, saying make sure to look behind me in the last couple of kilometres. He's obviously one of the ones that managed to mug me right on the line. Forgotten what I was saying now. Probably wasn't that important. I'm doing pain cam today as well, as I've now called it. But right, here we go. Let's wind on the watts. 20 seconds. Let's get a little bit of speed in the legs. I did a pretty intense warm-up, I've got to say. So fingers crossed that does the job. Well, good luck everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off for the Rich TT Stage 8 of the WKG Racing League. And some have gone absolutely bursting out of the gate. Remember, there's no draft effect, there's no benefits for being in a group, it's just every man or woman for themselves. And I'm of the mind that I need to play this as a sort of do this on a negative split basis. So this first lap might be reasonably steady. Oh no! Robert Mickelson already with dropouts. Oh, that's terrible luck, man. I'm not going to lie, if you're in my category, obviously I'm secretly pleased about that. But no, that's hard luck. Alright, I'm just letting this field go away if they want to go away. I'm going to hold what I think I should hold for this first lap. Certainly the first 10-15 minutes. Just get my heart rate under control and not do what I usually do, which is blow up at 20 minutes. So I'm currently 54th. And there aren't even 54 riders in there, I don't think, so slightly disconcerting. Oh man, it looks like it's Jason ahead of me that's not on the TT bike. Jason our blaster. Let me have a look. Oh man. Oh no. Is that Jason I'm looking at there? Alright, it's not Jason. Okay, it might be Mikolai that's on a normal road bike, which makes it easier in terms of league disqualifications, but still a shame that he can't be included in the actual race results. Just to read out the name of the guys around me. We're not a bunch, obviously, but we've got Oliver Higby and Darren Hunter, 8 seconds up the road. 2 seconds up from me is Pedro Lopez Leto. D Bruce just behind, along with Jason Arblaster and Arvissa. And then I've got N Pousson 1 second behind me. And then we've got Dwight Williams just 1 second further back from Pousson. Then Mikolai and Rob Recht, both 4 seconds back from me. Just ahead of Jane Coates, or Jane's actually joined them now. Robert Mickelson, despite dropouts, still just 5 seconds behind. So those are the guys I can see on my timing screen at the moment. It's going to be hard finding a balance of letting them get too far away ahead and not burning myself out trying to keep in touch with them. Obviously we've not even come to the first first of the what will be 6 climbs. So I think a lot of time will be made and lost there. Right, the fastest sprint so far in the seas, Dave Crook at 16.4. This sprint here is the one that will be categorised for the bonus points. So I can't see what's going on in the other categories, obviously, but Dave Crook looks like he's getting the bonus in the seas at the moment. Oh, is that someone else dropping out? Oh, I think it was Steve Kane. He's had some kind of dropout, I believe. Oh no. Oh, Len's sideways in the middle of the road. Oh, there's problems all over the place. Oh, in my mind I had Len down as one of the favourites for this one. Oh, that's terrible, whatever's happened there, Len. Terrible luck. And while all that was going on, I have been passed by Jane Coates. She's now a couple of seconds further ahead. I got Dwight just 4 seconds behind, Dwight Williams, and Carlos Valadares, who very admirably has promoted himself to the seas to really challenge himself this year. And he's only 9 seconds off my wheel at the moment, with D Trimat a further 4 seconds behind him. I can see Joe Harvey there as well. Sorry Joe, I wasn't ignoring you, I couldn't see your name on there for a bit. He's at 123 back. And obviously his competition really is, well, Dwight Williams, who's just behind me, and Rink Visser. Apologies if I'm missing any Ds that are further up the road, but those are the names I can see at the moment. I think this is another one of those races, I'm afraid, where I'm going to struggle to jump around to other riders to have a good look, so I'll apologise now. I'll do my best to keep an eye on what's going on, but being a short race and a tight course, I need to keep my focus on exactly what it is I'm doing at all times, really. As always, if I'm completely out of it, either safe from behind or no hope of catching anyone ahead, I'll start looking around. Although that cost me dearly in a couple of previous races. Just get the sense that this is incredibly tactical at the moment from everyone. Thank you, Padron, from Team Type 1 and WKG. He's another honorary WKGer, obviously very tightly affiliated with Team Type 1 as well. Yeah, I get the impression there's a lot more power to be put out by everyone around me, that's for sure. And this is getting particularly strategic and tactical. I've got to tell Jane off for her sock game. What were you thinking, Jane? No. Orange socks all the way. Got everything else absolutely spot on. Oh, here comes Mr. Dwight Williams. Putting the power down. He's closed back what was a 10-second gap very, very quickly. And he's now right with myself and Jane. Thanks for the ride on, Darren. You got a nice healthy lead at the moment. Do you know who I didn't see, because I think has gone off like a absolute bat out of hell, is Keith and Catherine Denton. Cheers, Kenneth, by the way, I just caught your name there in time. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Denton, I haven't seen them at all. So they're either going to come screaming past me, having really saved their legs, or they're already long gone. Oh, I missed that name. Was that Mr. McLaren? Not absolutely sure. If it was, thanks for the ride on. Alright, Jane's stretched out again a little bit. Being a lighter rider, she has to work harder on these descents. And I expect Dwight to come past me, being a bigger guy. Just noticed then when I get out the saddle, got a very flat front tyre. So, excuse number one in the bag. I've got a flat. Can't argue with that one. I'm going to try and have a quick look further up to see where the front of the race is. See who we can see up here. Oh, it's pretty spread out. Wow. Here's Darren Smith. He's at the sharp end. Hey, P Sharp at the sharp end. So we got Colibri in the lead, followed by Van Velzen. Then we have P Sharp from Pedal Power, and unfortunately not on a TT bike, E Janowitz. That's a shame. And Darren doing an amazing job, actually leading, I think, for the league riders. Darren Smith is in the lead for the Bs at the moment. Good job, buddy. Then we've got P Mari, 19 seconds behind, followed by a little trio here. We've got A Wilson, T Brewer, Yves Linez, and they are 6 seconds ahead of Martin Backer, who is our current B category leader in the league. Then 15 seconds back we have, Pritzatjuk, just 2 seconds ahead of a whole gaggle of riders. We've got N Fry, J Grenfell, D Winfield, F Storley, I Platts I think was one I was trying to click on there. Yeah. Who else we got? AB, L Jesh, and they're all just coming to the first climb. So that means some of the guys have already done this first climb. And we've got P Sorin, and 4 seconds behind P Sorin, got Jamie Swan, followed by M Gilaev, also not on a TT bike I'm afraid. Hey, and then Matty P, just a second behind M Gilaev. Then we have M Tucker with B Warriner right on his wheel. Hey, Cam Flynn, great to see you, my friend. Rounding off that little trio. Then we got Niall Simpson and D Potts keeping each other company there, along with Nick Taylor. Then going back a little bit further, we have A Plank, just 3 seconds ahead of J Pocock and A Beveridge and J Gorilla and Rickard Johansson and D Crook. Oh, this answers my question. Hans Summerson, and there is Mr. Keith Denton in amongst this bunch. Then we got R Patterson, just shy of those guys, with Cricetto just behind him. Robert Mickelson, just 4 seconds back. And there's Catherine Denton. Hey, she's got Mr. Kev Stephen with her. Good to see you, my man. Didn't even notice you slip into this race. And there's Pedro, just 2 seconds behind Kev, with H. Bartman on his wheel, as well as Oliver Higby. Then 2 seconds further back, we've got T. Strudwick, Darren Hunter. Then another 6 seconds to D. Bruce and B. Schluber, I want to say. And then we've got Velo Viking, and we're back down towards roughly where I am, although I've kind of dropped off this bunch a little bit through all that chatting. But as mentioned a few times, that's not as crucial as it might be in other races. Carlos was pulled back in. Good job, buddy. He's right there in front of me, putting out good power. Great to see Len still going as well. 2 minutes back, but holding really solid power. He had a serious outage, and great commitment and determination. He's clawing his way back towards our group, into contention. Oh, Ring Visser's having a bit of a kick on this climb. Senses an opportunity to attack. Okay, first climb done. Jane Coates was the real winner out of our bunch there. Stunning climb. Thank you, Catherine, for the ride on. Oh no, has Carlos had a dropout? Oh, maybe not. He dropped for a second there. Might have just been resting at the bottom of that descent so he can attack this climb, which he really is doing. Someone saying they hate Richmond. Who is that? Can't tell. Darren Hunter, I think. Oh, Jane's flying again. Managed to fly up this climb as well. Great work, Jane. Oliver hates me apparently for dreaming up these races, I think. I hope it's just that. Alright, 2 out of 3 done for this lap. Hey, cheers Cam for the ride on. Hey Percy, I haven't seen you in here. Thanks for the ride on. Okay, first lap done. Nick Pousson's managed to pull away 9 seconds. Carlos just 7 seconds behind me. And then I think it's Ring Visser, another 20 seconds back. Jane is absolutely flying. 59 seconds ahead of me now. And Darren's 26, Darren Hunter. T. Strudwick, 34. Duncan Bruce, 48. It's getting really spread out now. And Len Capel, 59 seconds behind me. Unbelievable. Thank you, Carlos, for the ride on. Not sure if I'd already given you one. Yeah, I think I had. Let's fire some out now while I'm on the flat. Ah, Carlos has had dropouts as well. I thought that might have happened a little while back. There's Joe. Keep going, buddy. Big points to be had here in the D's. I think we come right back round to the front of the race now. So T. Zorn still in the lead. Or was he? Is he? Maybe not. Can't tell. Right, better get back to me. It's all gone a bit weird. Right. Hey, cheers, Jason, for the ride on. I'm going to try and get my heart back down a little bit so I can either attack or defend, whichever is most crucial on the climbs towards the end. Hey, Steve Clogg. Thank you, buddy, for the ride on. Now look at this. Jane is just 4 seconds off Dave Crook now. Incredible. And Catherine has pulled back with Robert Mickelson. And just a few seconds behind Pedro. And Al Patterson, actually, I missed you out. Sorry, buddy. There's Oliver. But I wasn't wrong up in mine. But I wasn't wrong up in mine. no, don't tell me Darren's not on a TT bike. Oh no, is that Darren? Oh yeah, phew. It's Janowitz that's not on a TT bike. Darren is absolutely flying. And I would not want to have to disqualify him. Right, we're coming back round again now. So what's going on with me? Carlos has pulled away from me. Same thing, lack of concentration and also needing to get my heart rate back down again. Len's just 20 seconds behind me now. Just going to take a little breather just for a little bit longer. Then I'm just going to have to be all power basically. Looks like Dave's got that sprint wrapped up for the C category by nearly 3 seconds. Right, let's try and exert a little bit of pressure for a while now. See what we got. Alright, here comes Len, after having been over 2 minutes down the road behind me. It's just about to come past me. Absolutely stunning. I managed to hold a pretty decent pace for a while to close back in on Carlos a bit, but he's doing a really solid job himself. So it's going to come down to these climbs, obviously. Len just 5 meters behind me now. Absolutely awesome. And Carlos with a massive kick of power as he came over the top of that little crest. Stretch my legs out a bit. Stevie Wonkster asking if I'm having a good race in my new kit. Could be worse. Could be a hell of a lot better. I'm just hoping I've paced this right, so I've got something for these final climbs. I'm going to set myself a target now of Darren Hunter, 38 seconds up the road. May well be that he's been incredibly cautious and conservative with his efforts as well. But I'm just hoping I can attack in this final section and pull some of these guys back. Len's gone past Carlos as well now. Absolutely incredible. The guy's a machine. I do need to keep D Tremat behind me as well, but I seem to be just slightly up on power through most sections at the moment, so I'm managing to maintain that gap. Cheers, Dirk Gatsby, for the ride on. My sincere apologies, guys, up front. I'm going to have to keep an eye on myself here. So I don't think I'm going to be able to see your race. I will try and catch it if I can, but I can't lose concentration for a second with Carlos and Darren. Even Nick Pousson actually. It's not too far up the road. Oh man, you're coming back at me, look at that. Well played, guys. I knew exactly when to attack. I'll get my heart down for this last climb. Here comes Darren again. Oh, what I'd do for a toe now. Just grab hold of Darren's wheel as he comes past. It's Carlos coming back. 6.8 watts per kilogram he was kicking in there. And what do these guys say for this last climb? Oh, Carlos has got power to burn. Oh man, great stuff. All right, just gonna keep it steady for a bit. Great numbers from Darren as well. Cheers, thanks Dolly for the ride on. Sorry I've missed the finish, you guys. As you can see, this is all a little bit tight. Oh, Carlos, he's got so much power left. Last 500 meters. Come on. Yes. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. I'm dying. I've got to pause the screen. Oh my goodness. That was the most pathetic sprint at the end. It's like slow motion. That's just everything I had. Oh, well played guys. Darren, well done saving that power to pull away at the end. Carlos, so close. Oh, I almost feel bad nicking it. Oh, I'm shaking. That was not good. The first ride back after illness, that was not a good idea. The race wasn't even that fast from my point of view. Okay, so first place was E Googe, but that's greyed out for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Sorry, I'm trying to talk. Not sure why that would be. P Sharp and Pedal Power wins in the A's. Sorry, we'll take second place in the race with Jay Colibri in third. Great job, guys. Oh, look at that. Mr. Darren Smith takes the win in the B category. What a fantastic performance. Great job, man. Alright, then we go. Oh, I do not feel good. Hang on. Alright, where did I get up to? So, Darren takes wins for the win in the B category in the league. Yanovitz in fifth. Palamari sixth. Sorry. Then we got T Van Velsen, Yves Linares in eighth. A Wilson ninth. And Martin Bakker rounds off the top 10 and gets second place in the league for the Bs. Great job, buddy. Then we got Jamie Swan, Frank Storley, M Tucker, B Warrener, C Flynn, R Pristachuk, R Vickers, A Plank, J Grenfell, N Taylor, B Roden, L Jesh, Matty P, M Gulaev, J Gorilla, And then we got N Fry, I Platts, and then Rickard Johansson, who I think is the winner of the league, in the league for the C's. So great job, my man. Followed closely by D Potts, who managed to just edge out Hans Summerson by what looks like about 4 seconds. Then we got Jay Pocock, N Simpson, A Beveridge. Great to have you in a race, Andy. Great to see you. Mr. Denton, great job, my man. Miles ahead of me, miles ahead of me. B. Schlehuber, then Oliver Higby, Pedro Lopez Leto. Then we got Catherine D. Another stunning performance. And I got to say, it's a toss-up for me, rider of the day, between Jane Coates, who just absolutely paced it to perfection and destroyed the group she was with as soon as we got to the climbs, and then just carried it on. Absolutely fantastic job. 3.1 watts per kilogram. That's as close to being a B as you can possibly get. Same with Catherine, 3.1. And my other shortlist for the rider of the day has got to be Len Capel, who, like I mentioned, was over 2 minutes behind me and just fought his way back. Absolutely stunning. But ahead of him we got R. Mickelson behind Jane, then D. Bruce, then Len came over in 42nd. Oops, jump back up there. And then so Len managed to pinch it from Dave Crook, who was then followed by N. Pousson, just 5 seconds with those guys. And then R. Patterson. Oh, sorry guys, I'm really struggling. And then Darren, great job, beat me by 5.5 seconds in the end. Excellent job on that final climb. Well, in fact, it was the final 2 climbs that yourself and Carlos just really laid into me. It's brilliant. So I came over 5 seconds behind Darren, and look at that, less than 2 seconds ahead of Carlos. Both matching each other at 2.7 watts per kilogram. Carlos' actual power output's better than mine. So great job, Carlos. Then we have P. Heim, followed by D. Trimat. So let me just get in a gear that's not going to click. And then R. Visser, who looks like he managed to win the D category. So good job, buddy. H. Bartman. Then we got Velo Viking, Jason Arblaster, Dwight Williams. Good job, man. And I'm not sure if there's anyone else coming over still, but I'll keep this open. I can't sit around and wait, I'm afraid. If there is anyone else, again, my sincere apologies, but I think I need to get off this bike and put my head between my legs or something. Just get some circulation back in my head. Not feeling good at all. But, well, the break didn't do for me what I hoped it would. Although, I'm glad I still had the legs for a fight towards the end. Made it a really fun race. Well, I will believe it was fun after a few hours, but at the moment it doesn't seem like fun. But it's always nice to be involved in a tight battle and have something to really exert yourself for. And God, did Darren Hunton and Carlos Valadares make me work for it. Again, I apologise for missing the front group. I had an idea that, I don't know if my son will be on board, but I thought about trying to get him to either control the camera that the screen recording's doing, or actually do the commentary. So I can just concentrate on myself and he can commentate on the whole race whilst changing camera views on the screen recording, which I think could be really entertaining, but it's whether I can convince him to do it or not. But at the moment it seems unlikely. But I'd just like to get, you know, all the other races. You guys don't do this so that you can watch me race, you know. It'd be nice to have reruns of what you guys are doing as well, for my benefit as well. I love watching it when you guys are all having tight battles up the front, or very occasionally behind me. So I'll work on that, but this is the best I can do at the moment. But really, like I say, I'll realise it in a little while, but really good race. I do like that format a lot, I really do. Not sure it appeals to everybody, but it was good. Next race, by the way, I have requested, and I'm just waiting for confirmation back from Zwift that we can have that time slot. and then I'll confirm the details for the what's it called? It's the Late Again, L8 Again race. So I will let you know as soon as I do that that's all confirmed. But it's next or this coming Saturday, I believe. Is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday, I think. Right, I've got to get off, guys. I'm not feeling good at all. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you everybody for racing. Well done, guys. That was some seriously strong performances. Thank you to everyone that ordered the kits. Apologies to those that haven't received theirs yet, but like I say, they all went out exactly the same time, so you're kind of at the mercy of your own postman, particularly overseas. But I'll try and keep a track of those as much as I can. And that's it. I'm going to shut up and pass out, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.